The girl would take 2 eggs every morning. At noon, she would sneak onto the roof of the royal kitchen and steal a fragrant roast duck with a hook. In the evening, she would also take 2 buns. Everything she did was to ensure the third prince could survive. In her past life, the girl entered the palace to seek justice for her father, but was tragically killed. Before dying, the third prince helped her, preparing to send her final family letter. Suddenly, a sword pierced the third prince's heart, and the crown prince stood behind him. When the girl opened her eyes again, she saw the third prince's mother's body being carried out of the cold palace. It was then that the girl realized she had been reborn, back to the year she first entered the palace. Her grandfather came and moved all the palace maids to the East Palace, leaving the third prince alone in the cold palace. The girl remembered that in her past life, on this day, he had chosen to side with the crown prince to clear her father's name. However, after helping the crown prince eliminate rivals, he was discarded once his use was over. Before dying, only the third prince had helped her. This time, the girl was determined to help the third prince ascend to the throne. She would clear her father's name and rewrite the fate of this prince. Her grandfather kicked the third prince hard, and just as he was about to do it again, the girl stopped him, offering to stay and serve the third prince. Long-term neglect and bullying from his mother had made the third prince cold and withdrawn. He thought the girl was pretending to flatter him, so he locked her outside. But the girl knew the third prince was just cold on the outside, warm on the inside. Sure enough, moments later, the third prince threw a blanket out to her. The girl picked it up, rushed inside, and fell asleep immediately. The next morning, as soon as the third prince woke up, the girl brought him water to wash his face. The third prince refused her kindness, telling her not to pretend to care for him. Seeing soft methods weren't working, the girl tried a different approach. She claimed her father was a master wrestler and she'd trained with him since childhood. Then she forcefully grabbed the third prince's hand and washed it. He once again stated that he wouldn't go to the East Palace. The next day, the girl saw a maid teasing the third prince with a steamed bun. She rushed over, snatched the bun from the maid, and put it in the third prince's hands. Since the third prince had fallen out of favor, the maid didn't respect him and told him to go fetch his own meals from now on. However, the third prince thought the girl was just acting. He told her she couldn't leave the cold palace and to give up hope on him. Then, he locked her outside. The girl realized this couldn't go on, and she needed to get the third prince out of the cold palace, or history would repeat itself. She tried to use likeness skills to escape, but as soon as she lifted off, she crashed hard to the ground. That night, she came to apply medicine to the third prince, but he remained wary. He told her not to pity him. No one cared about his injuries. The girl changed the subject, knowing he was hungry, and handed him 2 eggs. That night, while they were lying in bed, the third prince, seeing the girl asleep, gently touched her eyebrow for the first time. The next day, the girl climbed onto the royal kitchen's roof with an iron hook to steal a duck. She broke off a leg and began to tempt the third prince. Unable to resist the temptation, he gobbled it down. In his spare time, he resumed practicing martial arts and encouraged the third prince to read and write. The third prince said he already had those books memorized. The girl told him that knowledge is for oneself and only by mastering both civil and military skills could one stand firm. One day, after stealing 2 steamed buns, the girl was caught by a young eunuch. He threatened her to hand over 1 bun every day as a toll. The girl refused, and they clashed. The eunuch beat her severely, but she still managed to protect the food.